Hello. Welcome to my new podcast series that I am challenging myself to show up for. This is my one of my Aries season challenges. I am going to do my best to channel, which should be pretty easy because I am an Aries moon. But also have the power of the sun, Aries Sun, illuminating my Aries Moon, which it is doing today because today is the first official day of Aries season. Aries is at 0 degrees right now, and I am an Aries Moon, and my Aries Moon is 0 degrees. So the sun is literally beaming, lighting up my moon. Whenever the sun is near a planet of yours or any planet, the sun is, imagine that planet getting recharged, getting a new battery. So the sun is charging my moon. The moon connects to your feelings. The moon is your physical and emotional needs. So your emotional needs, but it also is your physical needs, like what your body needs. Your moon is how you express that, how you react to things in life. What is your initial emotional reaction? That's your moon sign. What do you need to feel the most nurtured and cared for? Oh my gosh. Uh my I'm using the camera on my laptop, and probably gonna have to turn off the lightsaber thing because my screen goes black, and then it makes me think that this is closing. But anyways, but yeah, the moon also represents your emotional and physical needs. It's your self-care. What do you need emotionally? What do you need physically to feel the best? So also the moon is so important, but we're not here to talk about the moon. We're here to talk about so I say all that to say, where was I going with this? Oh, so yeah, the sun is charging my moon. Oh yeah. So because the sun is literally, Aries sun is literally right on my Aries moon, those feelings and emotions that are mine, that are very Aryan, very fiery, very passionate, very independent, maybe sometimes even not the most patient, very just excited to go after the things that you want. I want in life independently. I don't need anyone. I would do it my own. I would do it on my own, type of thing. And I want it now also, which isn't realistic. And I'm having to learn. I'm humbled every day by that. My Aries moon gets humbled every day by wanting things to happen quickly, um, wanting to the world and other people to react as quickly as I react, as instinctually as I react. If I want it, it's mine. Why can't it be mine? I want it. I'm ready. I have the drive to go get it. Um, why isn't the world ready for me? I'm ready. Why isn't this person ready for me? I'm ready. That's very Aries moon in me. But yeah, so my feelings have been supercharged today, and I feel that in multiple areas. When I look back and reflect on, did I experience any like how did I feel today, first of all? And were my feelings today any stronger than they usually are? Do I feel like I was feeling extra, like my Aries moon was supercharged by like 10, maybe 100? Maybe more. Oh, yes, I did. Um, so yeah, I guess we'll talk about that a little later, but I wanted to, I guess I mentioned that to kind of say like, this is I'm starting this podcast officially. I've done so since the beginning of this year, I've tried out so many different segments and so many different like, oh, I'm going to be doing this now or this podcast or this video style or this blah blah blah. And part of me has been like, it's been fun to kind of just be able to like creatively explore wherever myself, the kid in me wants to go. Like, how do I want to present this? And that's me kind of tasting which lane do I want to use as a vessel for my gifts that I want to share with the world. Through what medium, how can I display the things that I feel and experience on a daily basis in a way that others can be able to understand and reap the rewards. I mean, reap the benefits. How can I share this magic that is so hard to like that is this magic that is not even tangible. That's very 12th house. How can I share this thing that's what is it in or untangible? How do I make it tangible, or how do I make it so that people can see? How do you show people magic when magic is invisible but very much alive? Well, that's been my journey. And today I got called, I have so many ideas all the time. Um and I act on all of them and I go through waves of excitement and disappointment. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one. I do it. I go at it. I go so hard at it too. I try not to be a perfectionist, but I am, you know, that is a thing I'm working on, but I'll go at it, put my all into it, or so I think I do. At least that when I say my all, it's like kind of like the Aries energy of like your all is like you putting the initial excitement that you have into it until your excitement burns out and then you're bored. Any Aries can relate to that. Yeah. So, and the moment, the initial excitement I have before I burn out and become like bored of it, um, I put it all in and I'm like, okay, this is it. I feel it. And then it doesn't turn out the way that I thought, that I envisioned it. So then I get let down. And then I have a little moment, a little like pity party moment, like self doubt comes in, all these things. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to. I don't really want to pause this, but I don't want to keep doing this every second. It's just my screen keeps going off, and I want to make sure that it's not like dying on me. I don't know. I mean, that is still recording, but yeah. But yeah, be in my pity party for a while, and then I'm just like, oh, like this is hard. This journey is hard. It's not happening as quickly as I thought. I'm not connecting to the people that I want to as quickly as I thought I would. Why is it so hard? And then you get, all this stuff, which only lasts until the next idea comes. And then I'm back in the cycle of, okay, oh, yes, this feels good. This is the one. Maybe this time it'll work. And then that's been like the whole cycle I've been in for this whole year. And I haven't really found anything that actually has been like it for me. Like the aha moment, or like the piece that fits so perfectly in the puzzle, like the thing that's the it moment. Nothing has like super transpired yet. I have been slowly growing on my journey, and when I say my journey, it's just me trying to build my audience, build my community online first. I do want to create a community online and offline. I want to start on online first. because that's what resonates the best with me at this moment. And I've been on social media for years. I had a channel before this that was dedicated to natural hair and beauty and outer self confidence, but mainly like appearance wise, being confident in how you look, being confident in your natural form. I'm just gonna let this thing die. Like it went dark again, but I'm just gonna stop touching it. But yeah, oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Okay, hopefully I fixed it. Um I don't even know what I was saying. I was in flow. What was I talking about? Yeah, just like Aries and the wave of it and not connecting to the thing yet. And so now I'm here. I have been a lot has been happening in my life that is been kind of really helping me gain clarity on and some guidance on where I should hit the gas on. And I believe Aries season to me is the perfect time for people to hit the gas on something that they have been passionate about. Um Something that connects to like your inner child. Something, remember as a child when you would like have fun and really like something and you were genuinely happy, like just doing it made you happy. And you know how when you grow up, like for example, for me, one of the things was like, I guess you can say like astrology. You know, I do like dance, but I was going to say something that resonates with me, like something that I'm deciding to do, like astrology. I discovered astrology as a kid, and it was so amazing. And it was only the sun sign astrology. It wasn't like astrology charts and transits. Like I only knew that I am an Aquarius, and it was so intriguing. And I would do it. I would only look. It was like a hidden obsession or a hidden like interest of mine that I didn't really share with anybody else. Oh my gosh. This is actually, I didn't turn the screen thing off. Come on. My screen is about to go black. Okay. Okay. I think I finally got it figured out. It's been probably 10 minutes. I went and grabbed a quick snack. I ate the rest of my overnight. They aren't overnight oats, but they're like oats that I've learned to make in the same day. I realized that the secret is you don't have to wait for the oats to eat the oats, the overnight oats. You don't have to wait overnight, okay? There is a way. But anyways, that's besides the point. Drink some water, all the things. Where was I? So I'm sorry. I just get paranoid. I want to make sure that it's like filming. Okay. So yeah, connecting to your inner child. So yeah, I used to, I got connected to astrology as a kid. I loved it. I would always use it to like obviously learn about myself, but learn about my family, learn about the boys that I thought was cute or my boyfriends at the time. It's funny because like I really really got into it also like when I met, it was like I had a lot of ebbs and flows with astrology. Obviously, like if you just learn about astrology, you only know about your sun sign. You're only looking at it as far as your sun sign. I mean, there's so much you could read. I've pretty much probably read about all the articles that had to do with Aquarius. So then, when I got with my boyfriend, who's a Scorpio, I went on it sparked up my love for astrology again, sun sign astrology, because I ended up going on a huge like deep dive into uncovering like the Scorpio, because I never really like had like well I guess I never really paid attention to other people's astrology signs like that unless they were my boyfriend or maybe my friend, but I never even really like looked into it like that. So yeah, when I learned about my boyfriend, who astrology sign was a Scorpio, I went into full deep dive because if you look up if Aquarius and Scorpio compatible, most websites will say no. So then as like a young kid, I'm like, but what? But okay, does that mean we're not gonna be together forever? Like blah blah. And then I ended up discovering some of the actually uh uh thinking outside of the box, putting two and two together. Oh my gosh. I don't know what is going on. This kid still won't stop doing this. But yeah, anyways, I am anyways, but yeah, ended up discovering some articles that actually proved and made like very good like acknowledgments that Scorpio and astrology are actually very similar in a lot of ways, but they just also are different in a lot of ways. But they just I don't know. So I like latched on to those, and I used to read it to my boyfriend, and we learned a lot. Like I learned a lot about my boyfriend. He even really learned a lot about himself and understood why he has experienced certain things. And anyways, it was a whole great thing. But the point of me saying all this is to say, like, I've been on a lot of ebbs and flows with, like, astrology just coming into my life randomly and me having this like connection to it again, and then like veering off away from it. And then now as I got older, I got reconnected to it when I was working at a metaphysical store, and a spiritual store. It sells spiritual tools or metaphysical tools like crystals and tarot cards and candles, and then it offered like services like energy healing and Reiki and past life regression, chakra balancing, cord cutting. They also offered classes like meditation, Reiki share, sound healing or sound baths. It was a great experience. It is the reason why I got connected to, or I guess you would say made me spiritually awakened or contributed to my spiritual awakening. And it was the most monumental time in my life, and it connected me to my purpose. And anyways, it was a great time. But the point is, that's where I got reconnected to astrology, because one of the healers, because there was actual intuitive healers. By the way, before I worked at this store, I knew nothing about like intuitive people or in spirituality at all. But like that there were actually people who were gifted, who were brought in this world to like called who were called light workers. That was kind of like extensions of God or God's helpers to help, kind of like having like an angel on earth, like somebody to help guide you, and like connect you to your powers if you are an intuitive person. Just so many things just to help people on a soul level. And one of them ended up telling me, like, randomly, she would always like tell me like, I feel like you are going to do something in astrology. Like you should. She kept mentioning astrology to me. And I remember myself getting annoyed because she like kept like bringing me, like trying to have me read her and her person at the time that she was dating astrology chart. And she was very persistent. And in my head, I was like, why does this lady trust me with like, why does she keep I've told her I was interested in astrology like randomly, but it was like nothing huge, like I'm like, this is not my goal. I don't want to do something like with it. I just do it for fun, and I don't really even know what I'm talking about. But she was so persistent on her being able to see me working in astrology, and here I am. She was right. And the funniest thing is, her sun is in the Sagittarius. She's a Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the ruler of my 10th house. So a lot of, Sagittarius, whenever I meet a lot of Sagittarius people, I feel very much like like when I think back to a lot of the Sagittarius people I've met in my life, they have definitely contributed to like career in some way. Um okay, I got it now. I got it officially. Oh gosh. Um hey, you got to deal with the ebbs and flows. Sometimes things don't work out as perfectly as you think it is, and even the small stuff like trying to start a new passion project in peace, but technical difficulties. It's okay. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I just said Sagittarius is like have a play, that's another thing about like knowing looking at your houses and stuff, like what the ruler is in your house, because it can also the themes of the house that the sign is ruling could also connect to people. So if you have, for instance, for me, I have my Sagittarius rules my career. So whenever I meet people who are Sagittariuses or whoever has a lot of Sagittarius energy, I mean Sagittarius placements, um, in their chart is probably gonna have some type of connection to like my career or greater outlook on life, or like my public life or my career. I guess you would say, yeah. So, anyways, so the point is, I'm here, and I have finally fully accepted that I am going to stop trying to hide my passion into astrology. By the way, when I was started to get serious about astrology, obviously, like started to learn about actually that's how I got connected, because during when I was working at the metaphysical place, I ended up stumbling on my first ever astrologer's video. Like I never even knew an astrologer was a thing, let alone an astrology chart. But then I saw this lady's whose YouTube channel's name is Soul Navigations, and she literally was sharing a video. I think I was probably creeping on like trying to learn more about Scorpios, and ended up finding out that there was something like more to astrology, and that's a whole chart and blah blah blah. So yeah, anyways, and also, so I will say that, another thing really quickly, because I'm veering off a topic, is my boyfriend played a huge role in my passion for astrology, because I needed some help to understand that man, because that man is so freaking complex. Scorpios, period, are complex. Let's just stop there. Okay. And me being an like, I want to deep dive. I'm gonna figure you out one way or the other, whether you want to. Is that creepy? It's okay. He knows. He knows. I share it with him. He doesn't care. I think, so I was going to say he has a lot of Sagittarius in his chart. He's a Sagittarius rising. He has a bunch of other prominent Sagittarius placements. But the fact that he has a Sagittarius rising, his rising is right on my midhaven. So he is very much influenced, and in everyday influences. And also I help him, whenever he decides to listen to me, because he's still not fully like, like I'm sure at this point, like he, does know that astrology has some truth to it by everything that I've said, and some things that I predicted, and things played out, in our lives. And but I don't know, maybe it's just like the Sag in him. He rather just experience life rather than just like be told what's gonna happen. Like he don't want to hear, like he's not interested in, he wants to just live and be that adventurer and the seeker of, not like, he wants to go out and seek it himself. He don't want to be like told, So anyways, but the point is, in honor of Aries season and us connecting to our passions and fulfilling and connecting to that happiness that our inner child once had for something that we used to be very passionate in, that's what I was saying. So for instance, for astrology, like whenever I get the opportunity to talk about astrology, like I feel like my inner child lights up. I feel very connected to that part of myself, and I'm just so passionate. I could talk about it for hours and hours and hours, but a lot of my life I didn't have anyone to talk about it with. And to top that off, became a spiritually awakened. So that was another thing. But at the time, it was great because when I was working at the metaphysical place, I had a group of people that I, for once in my life, felt like I was truly like they got it. I was surrounded by a bunch of other, like what people would say, weirdos. Like I was in my element. And then I quit and had a whole identity crisis and blah, blah. Well, I mean, that was a part of the identity crisis. I needed to leave that job. That's another story. But ever since then, I haven't been able to like have the same, really connect and, express this magic that I've learned on my journey. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start this channel, to share that and to create my own community. Because heck, I am a freaking Aquarius. And I mean, I'm meant to connect to a group, to a community. I'm meant to lead a group in a community. That's just within me. And, I just want to be able to be an example for others, women like me who know that they're gifted, who know that they view life they look at life and they know that life has a deeper meaning to it. And, there's more to life than what meets the eye, and, and who connects to astrology and all the things. So that's what I'm here to do. Oh my gosh. So in honor of Aries season, today randomly I kind of got the idea, like, you know what, I really want to actually, you know what, I'm gonna tell you two things that made me realize that maybe I need to like get serious about podcasting. One, I watched one of my favorite people who always motivates me, and his name is Gary Vee. I'm getting so hot. I don't want to take this off though. I'm feeling a little self-conscious too, by the way, about my like I'm on this like 40-day fast. It's inspired by Lent, but I'm not doing Lent right now. I'm not officially, like, I don't call it Lent. Because I don't identify as Christian. I don't really like to put like a label on myself. I used to be Christian, and then I had this whole spiritual awakening, and then I was like, okay, I don't really resonate with the labels anymore. I just want to be like spiritual. I just feel better saying I'm spiritual. But yeah, I really do like the meaning behind Lent, and really, giving up advice to really test your self-discipline and grow. And I'll talk more about it. I'll probably do an episode about that. But the point is, I am fasting for 40 days, but I'm not like not eating anything. I'm fasting, and I can only eat a raw vegan diet. So that means I can only eat fruits and vegetables, and the vegetables have to be raw. They can't be cooked. And it's been quite the journey, let me tell you. But one of the things, once again, I'll get into that at another time. It's almost over, thank goodness. I mean, I have so many things that I've loved, but there's been a lot of challenges too. The good outweighs the bad though. But one of the things that I'm unsure about is the fact that I've lost weight. And it's okay, but I'm already a petite girl. So as a petite girly, I'm always trying to get the gains in the right areas. I've already kind of given up on this area and accepted that, I'm just going to be a part of the itty bitty titty community. And that's okay. I've grown to love my small boobies. But yeah, when it comes to like, I was like my legs and gaining and having a little butt, like I've never had the biggest butt, but like I was working out before this, and I had a little something, and now I've just kind of my body has transformed. And anyway, so I'm just saying that because I'm like, I don't want to show you guys I mean, it's okay. Love your body. So I don't want to say this and then somebody that's like naturally like thinner than like I would normally be. Like obviously nothing. It's just not what I'm used to. I'm happy, obviously I prefer myself to be healthy than anything than thick or whatever, but I do notice and acknowledge I've lost a lot of weight and it's kind of crazy. Just but anyways, let me get a drink of water. So yeah, I saw this video from one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite entrepreneurs. His name is Gary Vee. And he created a video and he was answering questions. And one of the questions he has was somebody was asking like how to advertise their business and stand out, like when a lot of other people are doing the same thing, how do they advertise it to make them stand out from the crowd and stuff like that. And one of the things Gary Vee said is he's very big on like posting content, putting out content, using social media. And he's been saying like, doing podcasts is great, vlogs, showing the behind the scenes content, showing the journey, the process, being on live videos, and just putting out content. And he really has been saying like this podcast for the a lot, because podcast is so very easy to do, but it's the most authentic version of yourself. And it can be your way to be very authentic in your reasoning as to why you are creating the business or whatever. Like you can share more of like, your purpose and your visions, and that, and anybody that resonates with that, can you can use that, like they will end up maybe being like future customers or something like that. So anyways, I heard that and I was just like, yeah. And that just resonated with me, and I was just kind of like maybe I should do that today, because I posted a vlog yesterday, and I do want to. I have a lot of goals for Aries season. One of them, just period, is just to show up. I don't want to say every day. I don't want to even put an amount, because I have a problem with that and not following through. But I want to show up and be consistent, more consistent than I have been all year. Let's just say that. But I wanted to not put. I don't want to put so much pressure on myself. So I do like vlogging, but vlogging every day is not realistic, And I have noticed that I do get, more traction on the videos where I'm just like talking. And so I don't know. So I was just like, let me just break it up. Maybe like one day I could put a vlog, one day I could do a podcast talking video. The next I can do a live or something, and then switch it up like that. So I don't put pressure on myself, and also grow bored too or something, like, I don't know. So switch it up. So I thought about that, and then I watched one of my favorite spiritual girlies. Her name is Carissa Love, and I follow her podcast that is on her Patreon that I like invested in because I love her. And yeah, just listening to her podcast and looking at like how because I know I watch her YouTube channel, but also she has a podcast, and I could just tell how much freer she feels. And I love her podcast because I feel like I'm getting like the intimate version of her, like the realest version of her. Not to say that she's not real on YouTube, but like there's something about a podcast that makes you feel so free to be able to just talk freely, and it shows your like personality through it. So I was just like, you know what? I really like this. Like I want to be able to, like, how I'm feeling watching her podcast and feeling excited. Like I feel like I could do that, and I need to be, and I've tried to, and I've like fell off, and I was just like, I need to really commit to that. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe that's what I should do today. And it just aligned. Sometimes things just align, and I was just like, and then I Today's been a long day, but pretty much I was thinking about, okay, so what should I call it? And that's where we're going to get to. We're almost going to get to the point of this video. This is still like the intro part, but I wanted to talk about like where this idea came from and where did I get this like name from. And so I was thinking like all the things that I wanted to like name it, and I was like, what should I name it? And I was thinking of certain names and it didn't work. It just didn't feel right. And then something came into my head that said Air It Out, the Air It Out podcast. And I was like, and it, but then I was like, oh, Air It Out. Aries Moon. And let me just say, I'm about to get really astrology on you, okay? So my moon, and I looked this up too, because I was like, this is another thing. This is like a strategy that I do. I was like, let me look at my astrology chart and see what planets connect to my midhaven, and if any, and maybe I can come up with a name that has to do with the planets that connect to my midhaven, if that makes sense. And that's another thing that made me realize that I maybe should do a podcast because because my Aries moon trines my Sagittarius midhaven. So that already is like very much like saying that like me expressing my feelings and my passion through my career is going to align, you know? Aries moon is in my second house, of income, of finances, of values, of personal assets or material assets, and obviously career, you know. So I need to use more of my Aries moon or express more of my Aries moon through my career. Maybe that is the thing that's going to really allow me to flourish in my career. I don't know. I was just thinking that. So then I was like, okay, maybe I should have an Aries name kind of, or that expresses the passion in me that I have. So then I was like, yeah. So then the Air It Out came out, and I was like, oh, Aries, Air It Out. And I was like, that's really corny. But then I was like, oh, that could also relate to me being an air sign, because I am an Aquarius. So Aries moon, air sign, Aquarius. And then I was like, okay, well, it doesn't really align with my Pisces, because I was like, maybe let's align it to my big three. I'm a Aquarius sun, Aries moon, and Pisces rising. So then I was like, but then I was like, what do you do when you get like overwhelmed and you need to like really center yourself? You breathe in what? Air. Maybe I'm reaching. I know that sounds really corny, but I was like, that could be also my reminder sometimes. Maybe if I'm like, you know, that can be like a thing that I say on my podcast, like, remember to air it out. Like if you know, a reminder to like meditate or center yourself, you know, when you're getting overwhelmed with feelings and emotions, or you're getting stressed, or you're easily angered, as the Aries do, you know. And Aries, one of the things that I have learned that is a good self-care for Aries moon, or anybody, Aries moon specifically, but people with a lot of Aries in their chart need to learn to be still, which is very hard for Aries to do, and meditate. Meditate to move that. First of all, being active is really good because you need to move that energy around. But meditating is very helpful as well to calm that fire. So yeah, so that's the whole point of this. And then I was like, you know, I do like talking, as you guys can see. And I also am very passionate when I talk, as you guys will find out. I do really I've learned to really enjoy meditating and appreciate meditating, and I've been able to like realize the benefits. So yeah, that's the Aries. So on this podcast, I'm just gonna air out. I also feel like, you know, one of the best things that I feel like helps me, like, I'm a person that has to express my feelings. If I don't, I'm really gonna like I'm gonna be damaging my body. That's where the anxiety comes from. That's where the like all the stress and all that. Oh my gosh, I need to stretch out my legs. Um it's just does not. I'm literally like low key like KILLing myself slowly. If I just hold in my feelings and my anger, it's unhealthy for me. So the best way that I like to do it, because I am ultimately an Aquarius Sun, is to talk it out. I like to talk about my experiences and what I'm feeling and stuff like that. So talk it out, air it out, and I am, with me having a lot of 11th house, also special connections and stuff in my 11th house. Of course, it makes sense for me to air it all out online in front of a whole bunch of people or whoever watches. So yeah, but then it connects to the Pisces in me, and the spiritual girly in me with with me, learning, hopeful or using the air it out as in like breathing it in and airing it out, Look at that. Look. But yeah, so I want this to be a podcast that I can just, it's super chill. It's super ranty. So if you don't like ranty stuff, I'm disconnecting from my Capricorn Mercury that wants to be structured and do everything so right and blah blah blah. Like we just coming on here and we're airing it out. And also I do want to be able to eventually, when I get people watching, is to have other people like have their aired out stories. And maybe, you want to air out something to me, like say a question or a scenario or something that you're dealing with, and I can give you advice on it. Because I love giving advice. I love asking questions and answering questions. I love questions. So I cannot wait till I can do a question segment for when people start watching this. Because people will watch this. Okay. This is going to be a huge, huge podcast. And I am so excited. So excited for it. So yeah. But okay, so finally, after we started talking about that, we can get into the heart of this video, which is the story time video of how I manifested my first ever like thing, like the story time of me actually like realizing that I actually manifested something. 1 second. I'm actually, I'm never going to say the word. I just need to hurry up so I can eat soon. But yeah, so I'm going to try to go through the story really, really quick. First, I'm going to light an incense though. Today, we're going to be lighting this incense. It's love. To welcome in the Venusian Pisces Venus, which I am a Pisces Venus. I need to see what degree Pisces is in, because I need to see if I'm coming up on my Venus return. Excuse me, I just burped. Okay, let me light this. This smells really, really good. This is I get my incense from House of Intuition. I just love the quality. This really does smell like love. So good, so good. Okay. All right, so let me share this story time as quick as possible. Okay, so I started a Patreon a while back ago. Okay, specifically, matter of fact, let me pull up the date that I started it. because that may be an important detail. Oh gosh, I had everything pulled up. Why is it? Um. Okay, I guess I don't need to tell you when I started it. I started it like in the beginning of March or something. Yeah, I started it. I just started it. I started to get serious by with posting it on March 4th. That was my first like official post, and I decided that I was gonna start posting, sharing my personal readings on there. So every day, at least most days, I try to wake up as soon as I wake up, go in my office, do a 15-minute meditation. After that, journal, and then after that, pull a few 1 to 2 or 3 oracle cards. And when I'm pulling the oracle cards, I ask spirit to provide me a message of today. What message do I need to know today that's going to help me in some way throughout my day? What is guidance? What guidance do I need today? What is my message of today? And then I get the cards, and then sometimes the cards are not just sometimes the cards will play out that day, and sometimes the cards will be more so for like it's going to play out that week or maybe that month or something like that, but it's going to resonate with me at some point. And sometimes I do need it for that day. A lot of the times it is on point for the day. But the point is, that's what I've been doing. I just got called. I felt called to do that because I was like, you know what? Although this is kind of personal, and I am, I am gonna be conscious of like if it feel like it's too personal, I won't share it. But I do want to document this because I want to show the magic. I need to show the proof. I need to have the receipts for when stuff starts playing out in my life. I can be like, hey, look at this. Like, this is the proof. Like, I manifested this, or I gave myself a reading that literally, showed me that this was going to play out somehow in my life. So your girl is trying to build her portfolio, okay? She's trying to gain credit, her credentials, okay? But yeah, so I did that. So then on March 5th, I pulled 2 cards, okay? The first card was oh, well, dang it. I don't have the second card. Okay, well, you can you can go to my Patreon. It'll be linked in the description box below or somewhere on here, so you can actually see proof, okay, that it was posted on March 5th. But just for the sake of, I'm not gonna put my phone on the screen because you're not gonna be able to see it. I pulled this card, which is the Magician's card. It says the Magician. And this is from my deck that is the archetypes. So this is the Magician archetype. Okay, I pulled that. And then I also pulled another card that I wish, dang it. Am I going to be able to find easily? Because hold on. Yes, I found it. And then I got this card, the Mentors and Role Models. Okay. So, got the Magician card, and I pretty much wrote what, I thought. Like, after that, when I shared the cards, I kind of read like I leave a description on like what the card meant for me and blah 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 blah. What did I say? Should I share this? Okay, I said, wait, hold on. Am I going to share what day it was? Okay, I'll share what I read. Well, I'm not going to share everything, but I wrote something. I said, I relate to this message so much. I literally wrote in my journal today, there are people who just want to live life, and then there are people who want to understand life. I'm in the second crowd of people. I have always known that there is more to life than what meets the eye. I know life has layers, and I want to spend every day peeling them away one by one. I've always wanted to know the deeper meaning to life. That's what connected me to astrology and spirituality. I know I have gifts, as we all do in our own ways, and I want to connect to them so I can help others. So today's reading really resonated with me and confirmed what I already knew was true within. It just put words to it. I said, man, it's only Tuesday and this week has blown me away with all the insights and connections I've been receiving. This is also the second day of me doing my practice, so I guess there is power in being still and centering yourself to your body, your intuition, to your magic. And then but the complete message that I received from those both of those cards was, I need to tap into my magic so I can help others. And I also need to seek out other spiritual/intuitive people to be a mentor or role model to help me feel more open/comfortable with doing it. So yeah, that was that. And then air the new moon, shoot. Oh well, it's over there. So then the Pisces new moon came, and I decided to. I read this one book that it's not around here, but it was literally a book that specifically broke down how to actually use the new moon to manifest, and so I kind of manifested in a different way than I normally have, and I was really really intentional about it. And I pretty much in one of them I said like I wanted to connect. One of my manifestations was to connect me to like my community of people that are like-minded, and others, people who are spiritual and who are into astrology and all that stuff. And then I the same week I received the magician card again. Let me see what day it was. Yeah, on March 8th, I received the magician card again. And then I received some other cards that it said it's a just you can go on there if you want to do that. But it's so cool. This makes me see I got discouraged and stopped posting on here because no one was responding. I have like two patrons and like no one's really active. Like no one likes or comments anything that I post, so I kind of got discouraged. Because I need engagement, people. I need to be acknowledged. I want to connect, and there's no connection if no one's engaging. So, anyways, I kind of stopped posting consistently, but now I'm realizing this reminds me why it's important, and I need to go back to doing it. But anyway, so I got that 2 times that week, okay, and then I manifested. Tell me why. Oh yeah. And then let me just stop jumping around. Okay, so tell me why. Later on, I ended up watching one of my favorite astrologers' YouTube videos. It's called the Astrology Podcast. And during one of their episodes, they were interviewing this one lady who just put out a book called Living Astrology that I'm actually going to be using for this astrology challenge I'm going to do for myself. That's going to come like on Saturday. I'm going to talk about that later. But yeah, apparently, so I really resonated with her because she everything she was saying, that was the first time I heard somebody like say the things that I've been saying, is like wanting to show people how to use astrology in their everyday lives. And not just teach astrology, but learn how to work with it and use it, because I've always felt like that's how you really get the depths of astrology. you really get the like the benefits and stuff. So yeah, so when she was talking, I just really resonated with her. And I was like, you know what? I want to buy that book. So then I went to her websites and her socials. And then I ended up seeing that she actually does a lot more. And she's actually a healer. And she is actually like very like, she's a Pisces and she's a Aries rising. So already I connected with that. But yeah, she blends astrology and spirituality together as well. So then I looked at her website and I saw all her courses and she offers all this stuff. But let me tell you what I saw. The next thing I saw something that said calling pretty much it wasn't this is not word for word, but pretty much calling all people who feel like they're gifted and they are healers in some way and they use that through whether they use it through like intuitive healing or astrology or tarot cards, anybody that know that they are gifted in some way, this was going to be like a whole like schooling slash workshop slash experience for potential healers to connect to actual healers, like experienced healers and stuff like that, to help them connect to their power and to show them how to use it and feel confident in using it. What did I freaking say? First of all, what did I just read from my reading about receiving these two cards? That already. But let me tell you what's even creepier. So the whole thing, the name of the whole experience, I kid you not, you can look this up. I will link everything in the description box below. The freaking name of the community group, whatever, is called The Magician's Table. Are you freaking kidding me? God, I see you. You are there. I don't see you, but I feel you. I know I know we are not walking this life alone, and man, the moment you wake up, you open and wake up. The moment you freaking wake up, the moment you can really receive all of the guidance that your guides and God and spirit or whatever you resonate with has been wanting to and been trying to guide you your whole life, you know? And you really start to see it's like turning on the hose. You start really starting to get the magic of life, you know, and it's just so freaking like I just get like, man, you know, like how's everybody, I don't know. Anyways, but so yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh. So first of all, it was an investment. It definitely was not in my budget, but I was like, if I miss out on this opportunity, God is going to be like, I'm done with you, girl. I tried to give you all the signs. You not seeing it? Like that is the most like me pulling the magician's card, me doing doing the what do you call it? Setting my new moon intention to connect me to like-minded people, to me connecting with that lady who is a Pisces rising. I mean, who's a Pisces sun. During Pisces season, this happened too. And I'm a Pisces rising. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. So everything was just connecting. The fact that the freaking thing is called the Magician's Table. Like, are you freaking kidding me? So yeah, I made the investment and wasn't in the budget but I couldn't miss out on it. So yeah, that was my story. And today I had my first ever like little like, it wasn't the official meeting. On Saturday we have the official meeting, and we really like through this course they're saying it's going to be 3 months long, and they're saying that it's going to be like so transformative. Like I've read so many people's like that have done it in the past, and they say how their life has changed from when they started to when they left. I'm kind of like low-key scared because the story, something that people saying like that has like really like they did not leave this experience the same person that they started. And they said like it affected like things in their life and people in their life, and a lot of people left with like, it was just like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, apparently like we're going to be doing shadow work, and we're going to be really diving deep, and it's going to be a serious transformative thing. I've never done shadow work before. I know that I need to. I have a lot of 12th house stuff. I have Mars currently going through my 12th house, and I know I have a lot of that like hidden, but I've never really known how to approach shadow work, and I definitely feel like it's something that you need to do with a professional, you know? So I haven't done it yet, but I'm excited to dive deep. Even though I know it's not going to be super exciting, but I can handle deep. I want to go down. I want to go into the depth. I want to uncover my darkness and what I have, my childhood trauma or whatever. Like I want to heal it all, you know, and doing that with a lot the people who are like okay. So anyways, so I met my group today. The point is, and literally when I told you guys, when I tell you I had to hold back tears multiple times during that meeting, because everybody, guys, there, we are not alone in this world, okay? I literally, like I know this, but sometimes you need to get reminded. Like when I tell you everybody in there was speaking my language, I mean, like from like astrology references, everybody knew their placements, like, and everybody knew like, oh, I was going through this time, and that means Sun was going through blah blah blah, like, and then everybody was like telling like their modalities, or like what they're good, like how do they heal, what are their gifts, and people had a whole bunch of gifts, from there was people who connected to astrology and used astrology, but there's people who was like um just therapist, and just so much. I mean, I can't even like do an ancestry work, and just so much. And I was just like, this is what I'm freaking talking about. I am home. I am with my people, and it just made me, it made me have that experience that I felt that I didn't think that I was ever gonna feel again. Well, I won't say that, but I just didn't know, like, am I gonna only, like, is it gonna be up to me to create this community somehow for me to experience what I felt when I used to work at that metaphysical store, when I was around people who just got it, who got it. Um, you know, and I felt like that again. And I'm just so excited. I just want to cry, but I can't. I'm just so grateful. And like after that, I had to, like, after the class ended, I had to do like a prayer to God to just thank you, God. Thank you. Like, I am so grateful, and thank you for hearing me. And I'm just, yeah. And then now I'm even more inspired to show up, because during the class also, one of the healers were saying that they went through this huge journey. Like, they were talking about their Capricorn Pluto experience, where they went through a huge journey, and it was very hidden. And I think it was important for them to be hidden, because it was a journey that was happened in their fourth house, which is like inner. That's your private, that's your inner work. So that's not meant to, that's opposite from your career, opposite from your public life. But she did say, like, one of the things, she like has to not be down on is that no one would be able to see that. So, all that work, she can't really get paid for, credit for, because it was hidden. And that reminded me but in her situation, needed to happen. Like, who's to say that she would have been able to really transform the way that she did if it was like, if she did not keep it hidden, or it wasn't hidden. But it just reminds me to keep at what I'm doing, because the point of me doing this is to share, because I don't think you don't get to see what the magic actually looks like. Everybody talks about it. Everybody does you see everybody talking about astrology. You see people talking about spirituality. You see people meditating. You see people doing the practices. You see people doing the spells, spell work, and just all this stuff. But you don't really see what the magic plays out. Like, you don't see it every day. Like, how does it look? Like, what does it look like? Did it manifest? Like, what happened? Like, you don't get to see the highs and the lows and the frustration and the aha moments and the connections and the self-doubt and the tears and the anger and the tiredness and the all this. You don't see that. And I want to show the journey, so when it happens, as just now, an example, it played out and I was able to pull up and show you guys, like, hey, I shared this. So you guys can see that this stuff is no freaking joke. No matter what or who tries to tell you something, proof is in the pudding. Okay? So that's why. Because I know that there are people who are going to have their own opinions and gonna have their own beliefs, and that's totally fine. I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm here to remind those who get it and who feel it and those that it resonates with that you're not crazy. And I have the proof for it because it's happened in my life. And here's the proof. Okay? So that is my story time. I am just so happy. Oh my gosh, you guys don't even understand. Like, so yeah, that is, that's the thing. Last thing, I think I'm done talking for today. That was a long talk. Last thing I'm going to do is pull a card. So at the end of these, if I don't have a question, of the day or something, because at the end of the videos I want to do like a Q&A, question of the day, if anybody leaves a question. But if I don't have one, I'm gonna do these icebreaker. I'm gonna pull one of these icebreaker cards, which are pretty much prompts that gives you like a prompt to like answer like a deep question. So let's see. And I would love for you guys to participate. Okay, please participate. If you're especially if you watch until the end, like that means that you get it, you resonate with this, and I want us to connect. Once again, I can't connect. We can't connect if you guys are not like engaging. So really, if you want to get the most value, it's very important to like try your best to engage. Okay, so I'm going to whatever the first thing I touch. Okay. Oh. How do you let yourself down? I let myself down by not following what's true to my heart. I let myself down by rejecting my intuition, rejecting what I know feels right to me, because I'm letting the self-doubt that's up here in your mind. Don't listen to your mind, people. Your mind is filled with the system that we have been programmed to believe in, okay? Your mind is the things that other people have put in there. People from your, maybe your parents or your childhood, or maybe, society, or all this, that your thoughts, those like negative thoughts that don't make you feel good are not yours. They were placed in there by somebody or an experience or whatever. That's the purpose of shadow work and healing, to heal from that and detach from those beliefs that aren't yours. But you will never go wrong with doing what feels right to your heart. And if you don't know or trust your heart or don't even know where to start, That's what meditation is for. That's a whole nother topic though. And as a person who very much had dealt with anxiety for a long time, I never trusted. I couldn't even really hear my heart because I was so much in my head. So that's another thing. And I still have to remind myself because I am naturally an air sign. I'm an Aquarius. So, sometimes, it is easier for me to listen to my mind than my heart, but I'm starting to learn to not do that. And the best way for me to tune into my heart is to go away to my little happy place, set a little 5-minute timer, do some breathing, and really center myself then ask the question and listen to what my heart says, or listen to what comes up that feels right. So I let myself down when I go against what I truly believe, and I let my self-doubts win and my mind take over. So how do you let yourself down? Let me know in the comments down below. It doesn't have to be super deep if you don't want to air out your business, or we can get deep. And maybe if you guys are okay, I'll put it anonymously, but if you're commenting it, then you obviously don't mind. Maybe I'll read one the next video and respond to it or something. I don't know. So yeah. This was nice. It flowed pretty well. Besides the technical difficulties, I am proud of this first official episode. I am deciding to just do it on, the quality is poor, I know, but it makes up the microphone, the great audio quality hopefully makes up for it. And I intentionally decided to film it like this because I don't want to be focused on the perfect setup. That's another thing that can stop me from posting or filming a video because I have to set my camera up. Then I have to get the lighting right. Then blah, 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 blah. When really the message is not the meat, the value that you're supposed to be receiving is not the external. It's what I'm saying through this mic. Okay? It's the voice. This is the knowledge that I'm giving or sharing or my stories and all that. Okay. So I wanted to make this easy for me because once again, I can get in my head and all this stuff like that. And I want to be able to show up as easily. And that's why I decided to for these podcasts, I'm just going to put my camera on, my terrible camera quality, and I'm going to talk and post. That's it. No edits, really. I'm probably gonna have to edit this video because I have to edit the clips together because I had to do multiple clips because the freaking thing was messing up. But yeah, that's my goal, to focus on just talking freely and not focusing on anything else. So yeah, that is my first day of Aries season reflections. That is my Aries moon. I'm really sharing. Can you tell this? I'm really being expressive outwardly. Aries conjunct on top of my Aries sun, on top of my Aries moon, literally illuminating my feelings, me expressing my feelings, connecting to my midhaven. You guys seeing the connections here? Oh, and what is the sun in right now? The moon in. What is the actual moon in? Let's see. Oh, the moon is still in Leo. Guess where Leo is? Leo is in my 6th house of work. Okay? Work environment. Health. Very that resonates too. So yeah, I feel like Sagittarius is not being activated technically, but my 2nd house and my 6th house are being activated right now. 2nd house is how I make my income, how I express myself, my values. But yeah, income, and 6th house is work. Your work environment, your health routines. I'm taking that as a sign. Let me find out. All I had to do was get on I didn't have to do all these edits and all this. I literally spent literally a long time editing a video. I went to sleep, fell asleep editing a video, and I fell asleep on my couch over here. I was up until like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning editing this vlog. Woke up at 5 something and realized, crap, I went to sleep without posting it and finishing editing it. So I finished editing it. I wasn't done until like 1 or 2 p.m. And let me check to see how many views that video has. Just for the fun. Okay, I'm really about to leave though. Not that the views count matter, but like if I'm gonna just be doing this and I really want the value to be through what I say, like yes, I enjoy vlogs, but like, oh wow, I have 1 view. Okay, that's better than for majority of today I had 0 views. So that makes me feel good. That's a little progress. I'm grateful for that 1 viewer. Thank you for 1 viewer on my YouTube channel. But yeah, anyways, okay. I will see you in my next podcast video. We did it. We made it. Whoa, yeah. Air it out. Ooh, do I feel aired out? Now, complete this episode with me by giving me 1 good air it out session. We're going to breathe in. I know, just do it with me, okay? And then breathe out. And that is going to conclude. Maybe that's how I'm going to conclude. So, yes, join me in this air it out completion by doing a deep breath in for like, maybe count to like 5 seconds as you're breathing in. And then hold it a little while and then breathe out as slow as you can, okay? With your mouth open. So breathe in. Breathe out. Thank you for being here with me today. Like if you enjoyed, comment the question of the day if you would like to connect. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.